CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global. I'm joined by Eddie Hearn. Now, this will be a bit of a rushed interview.
It will be. I'm gutted we can't sit down. We can do something in Liverpool as well, but you know.
Okay.
So
right,
far away.
First of all,
questions.
just wrap up the card for me. You spoke about it in that.
This is such a good card. Let me tell you about Saturday night, live and exclusive on Sky Sports. I'm so pleased to be in Liverpool. This is such a great city. They know their boxing. We've got 4 pure 50-50 TV fights on the card. We've also thrown a little bit of Derek Chisora, thrown a little bit of Natasha Jonas. Give me Anthony Fowler against Jay Byrne. Then give me the British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles between the Commonwealth champion, David Brophy, and the British champion, Rocky Fielding, going at it. Then let's spice things up a little bit. It's Birkenhead against Liverpool. It's the Commonwealth lightweight championship between Masha Bumbaye Dodd and Tom Stalker. Birkenhead against Liverpool. Packed arena, going to be going nuts for that one. Then let's just ramp this beef up a little bit more, just how IFL like it. We're talking about OD, O'Hara Davis, back from defeat, taking on Liverpool's own Tom Farrell, 14-0. This is a great fight for both of their careers. It's a real 50-50. The whole of Liverpool turning out to watch OD get beat. Then we've got the world title eliminator, the rematch of the 2014 IBF World Bantamweight title fight between Paul Butler and Stewie Hall for a chance to face the winner of Jamie McDonald against Laborio Solis. This is an unbelievable card coming from you live at 7 PM on Sky Sports. Sit down, do what you want to do. If you want to wear your pyjamas, if you want to wear your Union Jack pants, it doesn't matter. You can even be naked if you want. Crack open a beer, maybe a Domino's pizza, and sit there for 4.5 hours of live boxing entertainment from the Echo Arena. If you're in town, get your tickets, get your popcorn ready. It's going off on Saturday night.
Matchroom Boxing USA.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it. Signed Danny Jacobs the other day. Are we expecting any more US signings?
So you know we've been working on Matchroom Boxing USA for a while.
Yes.
It was original plan of 2018. It all happened a little bit weirdly. I spoke with Peter Nelson. You know, I know him very well. Obviously top rank. Moved on from the network last year. I spotted the hole. We talked about fighters. Danny Jacobs was a guy that I know HBO like a lot. I bumped into him at a show. We got talking with his manager, Keith as well, Keith Connolly, and you know, it just rolled into one. It's such a great deal for Danny Jacobs. It's such a great deal for us. Our first show will be announced tomorrow in November in New York. I'm so excited. The opportunities for Matchroom are endless in there. We are going to, I believe, take a great position in the US market. It's such brilliant news for our UK fighters as well, because they're going to be coming over boxing on the cards as well, giving them international exposure, working with HBO fighters like KUGAN, a great example of that, looking to get a couple of our kids on the November show as well. I've had fighters on fighters approaching us this week. I'm looking for a small team in America that I can keep active, raise their profile, turn them into superstars, give them network television, and take all the belts.
Who else is going to be on that card in November?
You'll find out tomorrow.
Can't you tell us something? Come on.
No, you'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, God.
It's a big heavyweight fight. There's some of our UK guys, another really good welterweight fight.
Are you signing more Americans?
Yes, I will be.
Yeah, and announcing that tomorrow?
No, not necessarily. I'll be announcing a show tomorrow.
Okay. Obviously, Joseph Parker's win over Hughie Fury last weekend. Plans for Joseph Parker. Obviously, Dillian Whyte wants that fight. And what's happening with Dillian Whyte ahead of the 28th of October?
I'm looking for, hopefully announce that fight for Dillian Whyte at the weekend early next week. I've got to tell you, and all you heavyweights out there, if you want money, right, and you want to fight Dillian Whyte, please call me, because I'm going through the whole top 15 and no one wants that work with Dillian Whyte. I'm offering loads of money to fight Dillian Whyte on October 28th. I think I've got one top ranked heavyweight who's actually turned around and said, yeah, let's do it.
A good name?
I tell you who wanted the fight as well, Gerald Miller, he wanted the fight, but we're going to box. Looks like he might be on the November 11th card in New York as well. We'll see what happens with that. But Joseph Parker, the problem was, his value just diminished on Saturday night with a really average performance. And you know, you look at it now, Andy Ruiz was an average performance, Kajanu was an average performance, Hughie Fury was an average performance as well. I watched the fight, I was in America, managed to huddle around and watch it. I actually thought it was quite close. I had Parker nicking the fight, but 118, 110 I thought was a bad scorecard. But as my old man said, you cannot win a heavyweight world championship fighting like that. That's what he said. But you know, I have to really take my hat off to Peter Fury, because I didn't think Hughie could do it, but they do come up with a good game plan to be in these fights. And you know, he really frustrated Parker, but Parker looked poor. He didn't cut him off. He just followed him around for 12 rounds, but just did enough with aggression, I think, just to get the fight. But respect to Hughie Fury and those boys, they'll come again. He's only young. And we look at Parker. I'd love to do the Dillian Whyte fight. You know, of course, you've got Tony Bellew as well, AJ, but we'll see what happens.
Are we expecting on an announcement for David Haye and Bellew
No,
soon?
I think that's. I mean, people keep tweeting me like it's done. It's not done. I mean, we were close. It fell apart. We're talking, but I don't know. Is the answer.
It seems to be dragging on though.
It is dragging on, and that's not a good sign. So, I think it either happens in the next 48 hours, 72 hours, or it doesn't happen at all, and everyone moves on.
Can you tell us anything about any of the problems going on? Is it
problems?
Well, I'm assuming there's some problems between the two of them.
Oh,
about
those.
agreeing.
Yeah, but it's everything. It's just splits, walk-ons, changing rooms, names on poster, corners, press conferences. Who's got to do what? It's like, you know, and it's just, it's a nightmare.
If you don't get this done, you would have let the public down.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not my responsibility. Fighters, they want the fight. Tony Bellew wants to fight David Haye again because he feels he didn't get the credit from the first fight.
Yeah.
And as he put it, I want to knock him out clean, without injury. David Haye feels like Tony Bellew only won because of injury. But one thing you know, if this fight happens, is last time it was, oh, this is a joke fight. This is an easy win for David Haye. Now you know. You better believe this is a 50-50 fight this time around. And Bellew is written off time and time again. And I believe he will beat him. And if we can get this over the line, this is going to be a massive end to 2017.
Obviously, Andre Ward out of the picture now.
Yeah.
So, did you have an inkling that that could be the case? Or
No, not really.
at all?
Not really. I mean, you know, I think he's got quite a few problems with his knee as well. But you know, he's achieved everything, and Andre's Andre, and massive respect to him.
How sick are you that you didn't get Carl Frampton and he went to Frank Warren?
Not really sick, because I don't like. We've got a great business, so I would have liked to sign Carl Frampton. I made him an offer. My offer was simple: boxing December, Leo Santa Cruz at Windsor Park on Sky Box Office. I was a bit concerned about the buy numbers. I don't know if that's the plan with Frank. He probably offered a little bit more money, and that's, I think, for Carl, he's at that stage in his career. It's not really about my visions as a promoter. It's really about just what's the highest number? Yeah, you. So I wish him the best. I wish Frank the best. I like Carl Frampton a lot, respect him a lot, and you know, I'm happy with it. Not happy, but I'm fine with the decision and didn't cry.
You're not gutted, no?
No, I'm actually, one of the reasons I'm quite happy is because we got a chance to actually talk, me and Carl, which we've never done before.
Yeah, you said his decision to go with Frank had nothing to do with your previous history.
No. I just think it was probably a little bit more money. So.
Okay. Anything else to add?
No, I've got to get a train, but we will do something over the weekend, and we'll do a big sit down next week. Got a press conference in New York early next week. Then I'm back for Burns Crawler. It's absolutely going off. There is so much going on, I cannot tell you. But one thing I will tell you is we are absolutely cooking on gas, on fire. If you touch me right now, you'll get third-degree burns. Time to get a train.
Thank you, Eddie Hearn.